Hey guys, Troy here, back with another video today. I'm super excited. The NBA is finally back. It's just preseason, but there's finally actual performances, actual things happening that are moving the market, and to me, that's really cool. And the overreactions have already started. We have Sekou Doumbouya and Taylor Horton-Tucker cards going absolutely insane right now. If you guys follow this channel, you know I typically tend to stay away from investing in those type of guys, but I'm not here to rag on them. If you want to watch me do that, you can check out my last video about basketball cards headed to zero. That will provide you some context of not ragging on them per se, but more so just the risk that comes with investing in guys like that. But all jokes aside, the point of this video today is to one, react and maybe let you guys know what's happening with prices, specifically two of these guys who just had good preseason games, but also maybe to put a more positive spin on things. I still do think you're playing the lottery with guys like this, but as we've seen, if you're patient and you choose the right guy, it can turn out really well for you. But if you're playing the lottery, I think today I can teach you guys how I think you can do it the right way to maximize your profits. Oh, and also you guys, you know I never ask, but I'm really thankful and glad with the way the channel is growing. I think we have a lot of new people watching the videos, but they're not necessarily subscribed. So if you do enjoy the videos and you've been here a couple times maybe, or even if it's your first time, please subscribe and like the video. I would really appreciate it. So first, let's start with the man of the hour. Taylor Horton-Tucker scored 19 points in his first preseason game. LeBron even tweeted about him or posted on Instagram or something, calling him special, and people got really excited. And that was just off his 19-point performance. You already saw prices rising. And in his last game, he scored 33 points. Now that is really impressive, I will say. And since then, his cards have been absolutely flying. Just to take the most basic, kind of barometer, his optic bases in raw condition, you could get those for $2 or even less. And I'm seeing a lot on eBay going for $15 a pop right now. Next up, we have Sekou Doumbouya, a guy who's been talked about a lot as a potential next Giannis. He definitely has a lot of potential. If he puts the stuff on the court together, I think his physical tools will allow him to actually be a really good player. But it is a little crazy to me. I mean, he played terrible in his first game, to be honest. He did not look good at all. He had 4 points, and in his last game, he did play well. He had 23 points per game, but that's all it took for his prices to rise sharply in the past day or two. Now, I always try to be level-headed, fair, and also honest on this channel. So if you were to ask me, okay, should I buy Sekou Doumbouya? Should I buy Taylor Horton-Tucker? Are they going to be really good this season? What's happening? I'd probably strongly advise you not to buy at this exact very moment. I think that would probably be a pretty big mistake. But I honestly have no idea what they're going to do this season. I don't think anyone does. I've made this point before, but GMs get paid millions of dollars a year to predict what prospects are going to do, and they're the best in the world, and their hit rate is like 5%, 10% if you're really good. So who knows what's going to happen? And unfortunately, even more so than that question, there's probably a bunch of you guys looking for, okay, who's the next one? You see, if you had bought that Taylor Horton-Tucker optic base, you could have at least, hypothetically made like 7 times your money. And that's another one that's tough. I can't tell you for sure, like, here's the guy who's gonna boom next. But I still think I can be helpful because there's a ton of videos that are like, oh, trending, this card's heading upwards, blah, blah, blah. And that's not to throw shade at anyone in particular, because I think I've probably even done videos like that in the past, but what I'm trying the most to do is to help you guys. So while I can't tell you exactly who's gonna break out next, I think I can give you some good tips to put you in position to make a lot of money when someone does. The first tip is a really easy one. We'll knock it out quick. You have to be patient and you have to be an early mover. You can't be reactionary. For example, let's just take those two guys. If you had been a believer in Taylor Horton-Tucker or Sekou, you can't wait until they have a big game and go, oh, okay, I'm gonna get in on them. It's like 99.9% of the time, it's too late at that point. Or at the very least, you've significantly cut into your future profit, or if you're just a collector or whatever it is, how much it's gonna cost you to buy the card. So that's the first one. That's easy. Be patient and be ready. Now the second two are a little more specific. And the second one is, I really think you should look into using a website like StarStock or ComC for flipping these lower end guys. Now, this is not a sponsored video by StarStock or ComC. Unless you want it to be, my DMs are always open, Trike415, feel free to reach out. But I'm sure some of you guys might even be out there watching this. Let's say you own one Taylor Horton Tucker optic card. If you paid shipping and tax for it to get to you, and now you have to pay shipping and tax and eBay fees to sell it to someone else, you're hardly making any money. But if that card is held by StarStock or it's held by ComC, you can just flip it right there. If you buy it for $2, you sell it for $7, that's $5 profit, boom, done. No shipping or anything. I'm sure there's some sort of fees, but it's way less than having to deal with like shipping the card physically. And I've said it before a bunch of times, if I was like a young kid who lived outside the US, that would be pretty much all I'm doing in terms of the sports card market, because you don't need much money and you don't need a car and you don't have to deal with shipping to another country or any of this stuff. So that's the first specific thing you should be doing if you believe in someone, one of these younger guys, and you think they're gonna break out. I wouldn't personally recommend picking up their optic bases on eBay. You should be setting up a StarStock or ComC account, and that's the place for you to flip. But number 3, this is the big tip. This one I think might be really helpful. What if you want to put a little bit more skin in the game? What if you believe in them a lot and you want to do more than just $15, $20? I've talked about the power of grading and of having these graded cards available before, but I'm gonna be really specific and illustrate to you how powerful it can be right now. First, let's start with Sekou Demboya, a guy who's really had one bad game and one pretty much average game. You could have got his select courtside for $15, buy it now, just 2 months ago. And honestly guys, I was being a little lazy. I just scrolled back like 2 pages. I'm sure if I was really searching or even went back a couple more months, you could probably get this card for like $8. And last night, after his big game, one sold in a PSA 10 for $500, best offer. So it could be lower, it could be higher. I know there's a way to find it out, I'm sorry. Let's just call it $400 for the sake of this video. $15 to $400 is insane. And yes, a PSA 10 is not guaranteed if you get it graded, but the gem rate is like 50% in a lot of cases. And you could have bought 10 of these. You could have bought 15 times 10, $150 and gotten one PSA 10 and you still would have tripled your money. And this is just the best example that's available right now. There's a Sekou Prism Tiger Stripe that went for $2,000. I think in a PSA 10 last night. But okay, fair enough. You guys still might be criticizing me. Oh, okay, PSA 10, easier said than done. You have to wait, all this stuff. What about this one? Taylor Horton Tucker, Optic Hollow. Could have got it for $10 just 2 months ago. Last night in a PSA 9, it went for $500. Now think about that return. And a lot of that, you guys, is not because even these people who are buying, they don't think that Sekou Demboya has risen his stock 10 or 15x, or Taylor Horton Tucker has raised his 20x, or I don't even know what the multiple is on that one. But it's because that's all that's available. That's what's on eBay. This hobby is all supply and demand at the end of the day. So that kind of brings me to my third advice. If you believe in these guys who are low end, who are really cheap, buy their nice stuff. I didn't even show you that nice stuff. There's plenty of Optic Hollow and Select Courtside out there. But when we talk about low numbered autos, there was like some Optic Premium box sets and some other things I was seeing. Buy those, it's $10. Buy 2 of them for $10. Get them graded early if you can. And if they pop and you have that graded card ready in your possession, that profit can allow you to invest in so many different things or grow your collection or whatever you want to do. And I know, because this is exactly what I did with Tyler Hero. I was buying his low numbered stuff, his autos, for 20 bucks a pop. I got them graded, and now and during the playoffs, I've been selling them for over 1,000 in some cases, and that's allowed me to get some rookie and Messi Ronaldos and some other cool things that you guys will see coming soon. But that's my advice. Supply and demand. Pick up some of their stuff that is going to be really sought after when they have a big moment. And that's the way to play the lottery. It's still risky. I stand by it. If you're in, for $40 on this Taylor Horton Tucker Optic Hollow with grading and buying it and everything, that can easily go down to 0. But if you're gonna play the lottery, I just wanna help you guys hopefully play it right. And if the first 2 days are any indication of what the rest of the season is gonna be like, I don't think this is gonna be the end of the overreactions in the market. But all right guys, that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful to you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, and we're gonna keep the videos coming. Thanks again.